Right. Jay Martinez with Fight Hub TV here with trainer Abel Sanchez. In beautiful Acapulco, right?
Oh,
Can't complain.
God, it's gorgeous. A little warm, a little humid, but it's gorgeous.
Completely different weather where we're coming from, right? California,
Absolutely.
Texas. Completely different weather.
Hey, listen, it snowed in Big Bear 3 days ago, so it's completely different.
We had a complete thunderstorm all week.
Yeah.
Always, you can hear, my allergies are flaring up. But Abel, last night we saw a fight, Bivol. Ramirez. Bivol once again comes out victorious. He beat Ramirez. Complete annihilation, we can say. What are your thoughts overall on that fight?
Well, I didn't see the fight, but I predicted wrongly and thinking that Zurdo was going to be a little too big for him. But Bivol proved once again that he's one of the elite, if not the elite fighter in those weight divisions.
What should be next for Bivol? I know there's options to face Benavidez as well. There's, Canelo, the rematch. Everybody keeps talking about that. But Bivol sounds more interested in getting that fight with Beterbiev. What's your perspective on that?
I didn't know he wanted Benavidez. If he fights Benavidez, that's going to be fight of the year.
I mean, Canelo and Beterbiev.
Oh, Beterbiev.
Yeah.
Well, Beterbiev is a difficult fight because he's a big puncher and he's going to be able to take everything. But he may be a little, if Zurdo was a little too slow for Bivol and not smart enough. Beterbiev doesn't have the credentials that Bivol does. Bivol have always said that to me was a Gennady Golovkin, only 15 pounds heavier and a little younger. So that's a difficult fight. I'd hate to go against him again because he seems to have that talent that is built in so well into some of those European exceptional fighters.
Once that match presents itself, Beterbiev, Bivol, Beterbiev, like you said, what are the skills that Bivol overpowers Beterbiev and vice versa?
Oh, he doesn't overpower him. He's just not going to allow Beterbiev to do his thing. I think Bivol's so skilled that he's been able to not allow guys to get into their rhythm, not allow guys to do what they want to do, and he's big enough so that Beterbiev's not going to be a bigger man than he is. I thought that was going to be the key for Zurdo, being bigger and longer, but Bivol seems to be to have the tools to beat guys like that. So I've seen him spar. He sparred with some of my guys. He didn't show me that much, honestly, in sparring, but then again, that's sparring. So in the fights, he seems to do very well.
What are your thoughts? A lot of people are saying on social media that Canelo put a better performance against Bivol than Gilberto Ramirez, who's a natural 170 in his weight class, in that weight class. What's your overall thoughts about that?
The only reason I thought that Zurdo was going to have a better time or an easier time was because of his length and because of his size. But I don't think people give Canelo enough credit for really the talent that he is.
Lastly, we just heard this week that Benavidez is going to face Caleb Plant. That's 168. They're going to do that fight early next year. What's your overall thoughts on that?
That's a good fight. That's a very, very good fight. But I don't think Caleb is. He's skilled, but he's not good enough to beat Benavidez. Benavidez has a better arsenal, he's younger, he's still undefeated, he's got all the credentials to fight those kind of fights, and I think he is other than Bivol, he is the cream of the crop in those weights.
Benavidez. So how would you counter fans would say, well, Caleb Plant has coming off like, losing to Canelo, but put a good performance. Obviously, he came up close. He knocked down Jarrell. Benavidez in the last few fights, we can look at the resumes, kind of compare. Could you say that maybe Caleb Plant's resume is slightly better than Benavidez at this moment, or is it just overall the skills?
You can say that, but you can also say that that's the reason why maybe he hasn't shined. He's got some. It seems to be that Benavidez, when he has somebody in front of him, looks like $1 million. When he has nobody in front of him, he loses interest. He goes back to like his brother used to do, sit on the ropes and not do the things that he needs to do. But he's an extreme talent. I think that, like I said, I think he beats everybody but Bivol. I've always said that he would be the toughest fight for Canelo, and I still say that. So it's Bivol, Canelo, and Benavidez at the top for me.
Benavidez, Canelo. So provided that either one wins, do you believe that Caleb Plant deserves a rematch against Canelo? And do you also believe that Benavidez, provided that he beats Caleb Plant, he can go into a fight with Canelo?
Well, we can hope for that, but it's up to Canelo.
That's what Eddie Hearn said. Eddie Hearn said if he puts a great performance against Canelo, Benavidez, he deserves a fight versus.
Yeah, that's what he's saying right now. Let's see that happen. Benavidez is probably the young lion right now in those divisions. He's only 25, 26 years old, so anybody that fights him hasn't got nothing to gain, and Benavidez has everything to gain. So if Caleb Plant does well against Benavidez, then yeah, he deserves a shot, because I think those guys that are fighting regularly, those guys that are putting their record on the line, those guys that are putting their livelihood on the line, deserve those kind of fights. If the Charlos were able to do that also, then they would deserve those fights. But the guys that are busy, in my opinion, should be the ones that are getting those type of fights.
I certainly agree with you. Thank you so much, Coach Abel Sanchez. Thank you. We'll enjoy the rest of the day, the rest of the night here in Acapulco. Thank you so much.